This video is sponsored by ding.com. Use our promo code Dan and Bal for 5% off your next purchase.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. You know my name is Daniel, but you might not know who this person is.
Hey, my name is Balyn and I, and I'm also a YouTuber like Dan.
What type of content do you make?
Currently I'm trying to focus on more covers, like, music. That's the content I'm gearing towards, but I also do audiobook type videos. So many things that I post. It's not one niche, but hopefully you like some.
Yeah, so today we're heading towards a park.
In the harsh Santiago heat. So, the least you can do is like and subscribe.
Yep, to not only my channel, but Balyn's channel. Her channel will be in the description, maybe somewhere over here too, So to save you the time, we're just gonna speed this up and show you some scenery of Santiago while we head to the park, so yeah.
And a horse.
Yeah. And we're here. So you might be wondering why we are at a random park here in Cuba and what that has to do with Wi-Fi. We are in one of the many parks scattered across Cuba that offer Wi-Fi access, right? Call them Wi-Fi hotspot parks, if you will. Balyn and I could have used Wi-Fi in the school, but not every school has Wi-Fi, so most people come here to use Wi-Fi whenever they need to use it. So if you ever see some random people just sitting at a random place on their phones for an extended period of time, they're probably using Wi-Fi.
In this video, we're going to be giving you guys 6 tips on how to become a Wi-Fi Hokage in Cuba.
Let's get started then. What is up? Editing Daniel here, and before we start, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Che from Instagram. We've been talking for a while and he's been just simply super cool. He told me not only to shout out him, but to shout out the rest of the US medical students in LM. Shout out to you guys. And also to shout out the 2021 US intake for Cuba that's supposed to be coming in the future, and so shout out to you guys as well. He's been telling me how you guys have been watching my videos, sharing them around, and just finding the videos that I make about Cuba very useful. It really makes me feel good that these videos are actually helping people, and so I appreciate every one of you guys, and I hope not to disappoint you in the future. Without the way, let's get back to the video.
So tip number 1, have a to-do list. Since Wi-Fi is time-based and not data-based, you don't want to connect and then not know what to do with it and have all your time slipping away. Before you know it, all your time will be lost and you'll be here with none. So one way you can maximize the efficiency of using your Wi-Fi time is to have a list. You can do so either using your notes app or writing it on a piece of paper. This will save you loads of time and you can spend it doing more instead of thinking about what you want to do.
So tip number 2 is use Wi-Fi for big things. And what I mean by that is you really don't want to be using it for small things like social media or like messaging or voice calling, because for me, those don't use up enough data, and you'll also be rushing yourself because you'll be thinking in the back of your mind all of the seconds that are going by. So what I usually do is use Wi-Fi for big tasks like downloading YouTube videos to watch later, podcasts, or just big files. whether that be music, video, games, programs, and stuff like that. So use Wi-Fi for big things.
Okay, so tip number 3 is using the Wi-Fi at the right place and time. So depending on where you are, the Wi-Fi speeds fluctuate. So if you're in a park with a lot of people or whatever, or a busy place, the Wi-Fi speed is not going to be as fast as you want it to. Now, some recommendations are using it on a Sunday or after midnight or even at a hotel like this one right here. What I usually do is buy an overpriced beverage and sit and use the Wi-Fi. But because it's so fast, I usually get a lot of things done in a little time, like downloading movies, series, or even updating my devices. And this really works out well because I can save my time and do more on the Wi-Fi.
The internet speed at Wi-Fi parks are usually 2 megabits per second, so that's like 200 kilobytes download speed, and that's like what you usually get in the parks and even in our school. But at hotels, it can get way faster, like 60 meg and up.
Yeah.
So using it in a hotel is really, really much better.
Of the best option, really.
Which is probably hard to do now because
of COVID, the pandemic, and the curfew, really.
But if you can, try to. So tip number 4 is Wi-Fi sharing. Now, what is that? When connecting to the Wi-Fi here in Cuba, you're usually given a username and a password, right? And you either get that from buying one of those prepaid cards where you just scratch it off, or you can apply for a more permanent account which has your name in the username. The problem with that is this whole system of connecting to Wi-Fi here only allows you to connect to one device at a time. So I can only have my laptop connected, but I can't have my phone, or my tablet connected, but I can't have my laptop connected. So I can't have all of my devices connected at the same time with one account. Now, a solution to that is you can use software like Connectify. You can use certain pieces of hardware like a wireless router. A good one is the RAV Power File Hub. Or one of the easiest ways that I found is using a Samsung phone if you have. Certain Samsung phones like the Note 8, the Note series, the S series, and some A series phones have built-in special hardware that allows them to act as Wi-Fi extenders. And so, once your Samsung phone is connected to the Wi-Fi, you can just go into the settings, flip the Wi-Fi hotspot on, and anybody who connects to your Wi-Fi hotspot also connects to the Wi-Fi. And that's how you can have multiple devices connected at the same time. And why I say Samsung phones is most phones, for some reason, they want you to share mobile data using your hotspot, and you can't share Wi-Fi. So that's why Samsung phones are probably the best phones for Cuba.
Tip number 5, buying Wi-Fi hours online. So sure, you can buy Wi-Fi hours physically, but it's often cheaper if you do so online using your credit card or the Transfer Mobile app. Transfer Mobile is Cuba's main banking app, but it also allows you to buy credit and Wi-Fi. You can't register for the app until you reach the island and apply for a bank account in Cuba, but it's good to know. I'm not saying that buying physically is ripping you off, quite the opposite. But in this way, there is a slight discount for each purchase. So that's always an option if you're looking.
So the last tip is to have a VPN. If you're not here, you would probably think that Cuba's internet is pretty restricted. And in some ways it is, but it's not fully restricted. You can still use Facebook, YouTube, Gmail, Amazon, what else? Yeah, you can do a lot, but there are still times when a VPN will be very, very useful to try to, bypass some restrictions and use sites like PayPal or eBay, among many others, right? Whether you're an Android user or iPhone user, it doesn't matter. Get a VPN. If you're an iPhone user though, a VPN might be even more useful because you can't really download new apps or update apps without a VPN. The VPNs that I use are free ones. If you're looking for security, these are probably not the ones that you should go for, but I'm just looking for convenience. So I use Turbo VPN and XVPN.
Does this have a beauty feature? No,
The camera's very
I'll just keep my
old-fashioned.
mask on then. I will.
Fine, I'll do it too.
Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. We hope these 6 tips were super helpful. Remember to subscribe to Dan's channel.
As well as Balyn's.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, peace.